Hello. Well, just a wee update on the Chinese sliders, which I'd mentioned I had ordered from AliExpress about 3-4 weeks ago. They have arrived, which is great. 3 weeks is about standard for anything you get from that site, so that's okay, particularly obviously considering the post service isn't exactly running at its optimum, what with the current coronavirus situation. So anyway, this morning 3 packets of Chinese sliders arrived. Now, just to remind everyone, why am I buying cheap Chinese sliders? Well, the simple reason is I want to play around with different weights, and the proper sliders you buy, these ones, genuine Dr Pulleys, but these are about 25 to 30 quid a pop, depending on where you get them from. Now, if you want to try several different weights and combinations of weights, this is an expensive way of doing it. Particularly because, as in the case of these 4.5 gram ones, which didn't work for me at all, these are no use, so I'll now have to sell these on because I'm never going to use these. So, whereas one pack of 6 sliders from Dr Pulley will cost you 25 to 30 quid, one pack of 6 sliders from China will cost you about $5 or $6, which, as you can imagine, is a huge difference. So I thought, well, what I want to do is obviously just compare weights and things, play around, so I might as well use cheap sliders to do that with, as opposed to spending a fortune buying different Dr Pulley weights, some of which I may never use again. So anyway, the sliders have arrived. We've got 5.5 grams, we have got 6 grams, and we've got 7 grams. 7 grams I probably won't ever use, but you know, for the sake of $5, I thought, well, I'll just take a pack anyway, you never know. They might even be handy for some future project or something. So let's have a look first. I've not actually taken one out of a bag yet, so we just want to compare the sort of quality wise. Now they certainly seem solid. There's no little burrs or bits, sticking out. I'm not quite sure what that must be some sort of Chinese brand or something. CQZY and CY, goodness knows what that means, but anyway. So that's that. Now if we compare it, for example, to, if I get the lid off, a genuine Dr Pulley one, because they should be the same size, and yep, they pretty much are. These are 16 by 13s. If anything, I would say the Chinese ones may be slightly larger, but we'll see how that affects once it's in the Variator casing. But yeah, on the whole, pretty similar, not much different. They feel, the Dr Pulley one is smoother. This is a little bit rougher, but there's not a lot in it, to be honest with you. In fact, this one's actually been in the Variator, you can see by the mark, so it could have smoothed about anyway. So yeah, they feel solid, they feel well made, the Chinese ones. There's no obvious problem with them. Now, what we need to do is obviously check that, most importantly, the weights that they are claiming on the bag are what these actually are, because obviously these are cheap. You kind of wonder where the quality is going somewhere. If it's not going in the build, which looks okay, maybe it's going to go in the fact that these don't bear any relation at all to the weight they claim. So first up, we've got the 5.5 grams. So I've got the scale here. Let's just pop this on. Let's see if we can prop this up a bit so you can actually prop it up. You're going to get the slider on, are you? Let's see if this will. No, need to put it flat. I think it's going to just angle this down a bit. Right, so this is a 5.5 gram Chinese slider. 5.4. That's pretty good. Even with Dr Pulley's, you sometimes get a 0.1 of a difference here and there. So just to check them, let's just measure them all. 5.4 spot on again. 5.5. 5.4. I'm quite pleased with this because this was actually my main worry. 5.4 and 5.4. So actually, pretty much spot on to what they should be. Now that's quite pleasing because I had a horrible feeling I'd get these and you'd put them on the scale and there'd be nothing like it. Let's just, for the sake of argument, open the 6s and try them. These are 6 grams. 5.9, 5.9, so they are. So at least if you're buying Chinese sliders, you can be fairly confident that the weight It's what it's supposed to be. They're all good. I'm not going to bother with 7 grams because I'm not probably going to use them anyway for the moment. So yeah, so build quality seems okay. Somebody at a review I saw elsewhere said there was little burrs and things where they'd been cut, but I mean it's a little bit rough there. It could maybe do with a very fine sand down just before they go in, but it's really nitpicking and I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. So anyway, in the zoomer at the moment are 5 gram Dr Pulley sliders. So what I'm probably going to do is I might just swap them all out for 5.5 grams and see what these are like. And then if there's any problem with that, we'll try mixing up maybe the 5s, the 5.5s, the 5.5s, the 6s, and just see what sort of results we get. So that'll be future videos, of course, because at the moment it's difficult to get out with this lockdown thing and actually test the bike. This morning I was out using the 5 gram sliders, Dr Pulley sliders, which are okay, they're not bad. Takeoff's okay. Top speed, you know, you're getting about 35. Now, I think we could probably get a bit more than that. The bike takes a wee while to warm up, so it's difficult to tell exactly, and it's been sitting for a while at the moment. So anyway, we're going to try the 5.5s in first. Let's put these all in and see what that does next time I'm out and about. Certainly for me, the 4.5s, which I tried, were no good at all. The bike would take off nicely, but you'd get to about 22 miles an hour and it would die a death. So 4.5s were no good for me, so these will be going up on eBay at some point. 5s are not bad. 5.5 is the next try. So anyway, if you're buying Chinese sliders and you want to save yourself a bit of money, now, I mean, how long are we going to keep these in? These probably are not going to last as long as a Dr Pulley, let's face it. They're probably, whatever it's made of has probably not got the resistance that would have. So maybe they're not for long-term use. But for actually testing weights and finding out what works best for you, these are really good and really cheap. And then once you've got what you're happy with, you can go and buy the Dr Pulleys and use the proper ones and swap them over. So there we go. Chinese sliders, all in all, I'm quite happy with that. $5 a bag as opposed to £25. It was a big saving. Anyway, hope that's of interest to you. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. All the best.